like home always to be back here, especially with a very special cause that is close to my heart, and I believe everyone here on stage. Thank you, Mrs. Sudhareddy, for having me. Thank you, Hyderabad, for welcoming me back. Like as mentioned before, breast cancer is something very close to my heart because when I was 16, I had a breast lump removal surgery, and though it was benign and didn't lead to breast cancer, but I see how privileged and fortunate I am to get another chance to live my dreams and chase after what I want in life. While at the same time, a lot of women are still suffering, battling cancer, whether the fact that they were discovered at a very advanced stage or with the fact that treatment isn't really accessible for many women in a lot of countries. That is why I started my project, Opal for Her, because I think that with the fact that I'm very fortunate to be able to live my dreams, I would love to do the same for every woman around the world as well. And as Dr. Pagna said, the key to breast cancer is early detection. I see a lot of women around the world, especially even in my country when I talked with a lot of doctors, they say one of the challenges in curing or treating breast cancer for women is the fact that they don't know that early detection is important and breast cancer is curable. A lot of women are scared to go have their breast cancer checkup. A lot of women are scared when something is wrong with their breast health and they don't have the courage to go see the doctor because they just feel like it's happening to me now, I just have to live with it until it's the end of my life. But that is not true. If you have annual checkup, if you always check on your health, if something wrong and you go and see the doctor at an early stage and you're early detected, there's a higher possibility of you being able to cure breast cancer. So that's one important thing I would like to leave here for now. Thank you.
Our Miss World Opal competed last May, but now with a more meaningful cause. So thank you so much for having us, Mrs. Sudhareddy. And I would like to acknowledge as well the Sudhareddy Foundation, the Miss World Organization, and the Beauty with a Purpose platform for the opportunity to participate in a very meaningful cause. So today we are here to celebrate and look forward to the Pink Power Run that will be happening on September. We're very excited for that. And for us, this is more than just a fitness event. It is about awareness, education, and the community support that we give to each other. Breast cancer is a reality for so many women, including men, actually. So this event is a great reminder for us to take care of our health, to always check on ourselves. And it is a reminder for us that it's important to always look after for those people, especially women struggling and facing breast cancer. And as an Asian women, we wear many roles. We are caregivers, professional leaders, mothers, and daughters. And in giving so much of ourselves, we sometimes forget to take care of ourselves. But this run reminds us that in taking care of our well-being, it is an act of love to those people who love and depend on us. So thank you so much for doing this. And as a nation representative, I feel deeply honored and humbled to represent our region, and I cannot wait to run, probably more than 3 kilometers. So thank you so much for having us, and I cannot wait for the impactful cause of the Pink Power Run.
And I would definitely like to mention, everyone has spoken about how to detect early and how to go about your not getting breast cancer. I would say that let's prevent getting there. We can adapt an active lifestyle, and I think running is the most easiest way to get there. You really don't need any fancy equipment or any gym memberships or any fancy gear to do running. You just need a pair of legs and a will to do it. Your will can take you very far. So I think running can impart a good lifestyle. It can manage your hormones, that is very important. I think elevated estrogen levels are managed by any cardiovascular activity for that matter. And I think running is a very, very good way to do it. So thank you, Sudha, for initiating this and having all of us here and having this Miss World and Miss Asia to kind of voice this, to take this all over the world. Thank you so much. And I think running is something that it's very close to my heart, and I think all my co-runners can endorse what it does to us. So I think if you just start running once and adapt it as a lifestyle, you will never go back to being another person again. So yes, running is definitely going to help all of us get a better lifestyle and get through this. So thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for taking out so much time, especially the runners. I know you put everything aside to be here, to do this and volunteer. So thank you, and again thank you, Sudha, for having us all here. Thank you for this place.
Compared to a lot of people working in this field or what I'm doing right now, I admit that I need a lot more experiences, and I'm working with a very experienced, very professional people. I would say that the fact that I could handle all of this is because I have an amazing partner, Miss World Organization, that helps me through everything and teaches me all the things that I need to learn during my year, and at the same time allowing me to reach my maximum potential and also do all the things that I wanted to do for everyone regarding breast cancer or regardless of any social work that I would love to do. They support me in every way, and including all the partners that we have around the world, because like Steve said earlier, to create something like this, we need a special person, we need a special group of people that could bring everything together. And that is how I'm able to manage all of the global responsibilities. But when it comes to just me, like I answered on the final question, it all comes to the fact that I have to always be mindful about how I live life and how I do things with other people, because there's a lot of people following me, whether it's in social media or whether it's in everyday life. A lot of girls look up for me, and that is the biggest responsibility for Miss World, because you have no idea how I can move a finger and really create an impact in so many girls' lives, because they look up to me, and I know that feeling really well because I was one of them a few years back. I was a girl who looked up to beauty queens wanting to be
moment of protection. So it includes many things, and I am glad that all with your support we are going with the second edition, which is going to be of international standards. Last year we got many international and global runners, also many runners from all over the India apart from local runners, and rural women also participated to run. And this year we are expecting more women. I was asking, how is your life after winning the crown? She just answered, I'm just training for sleep. Their life is not as easy or as glamorous it looks superficial, because this 1 year they have to work so hard, they have to spread a lot of awareness camps, women empowerment, so she has to travel across the world. So this 1 year is really a toughest year for them. It's not that easy. Yeah, you can ask your question now.
My question to you is, as it says, stride and shine. What is the stride movement and shine movement, and how do you balance your work as well as the CSR activities that you do?
I think every moment in my life is like stride and shine. So there is no doubt in that. So CSR activity, I don't feel it as an activity or I'm contributing my time or my service to someone. It gives me self-happiness. I'm doing it for myself. If I help someone or if I could give a stretch a helping hand to someone, it gives me ultimate satisfaction. You can think I'm selfish in that way. So I don't feel it as a burden or some responsibility on me. I literally enjoy my activities and whatever the welfare activities we do across the world. So coming to the family, my family is always supportive to me, and even my husband and my partner Krishna, he is also more into social welfare, though he's busy with the business. You might be listened about a lot of activities that through MEIL he is doing. Recently he was very active in P4 scheme also in the other state. So my family, including my boys, my partner, everyone is supportive. So no activity is tough to me. I don't think that I'm doing something great to the society. It's all for the sake of my people, for the sake of my world, for the sake of my nation, and for the sake of my Telangana and my people.
My question to Pragya Garu. Nobody wants to actually see a doctor. We are afraid of doctors. But you as a doctor, you see so many patients every day, you attend them and do your service too. How is your personal life? How difficult it is or easy it is?
Wow, I think that's $1 million question about how, I think it's your basic premises around work-life balance, right? Is that your question? Yeah. You know, I don't think anyone can really answer that specifically because it's always a struggle. And I'm sure I speak for everyone here. I wouldn't say only a woman. But I guess juggling a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old versus work is something that I really have to focus on. Because looking at these women, especially in the recent past, most of these women who've been coming to my clinic were literally in the 30s and the 40s. And that's my age. And they have extremely young kids. So I think my mindset is that I have to help every patient who comes to the clinic, and I've set my hours and I have an excellent support system at home who take care of my kids. And beyond that, I have no life. I have no life beyond work and kids. But I think about the physical aspect of actually working, it's more of the mental aspect when it comes to oncology, right? I've seen the youngest patient that I have treated was 17 years old with breast cancer. And that was truly heartbreaking. But beyond that, there was so many other women. One was a 33-year-old woman with a 1-year-old, and her son goes to my son's school, right? So, you know, there's so many touching stories. And beyond a certain point, I think mentally you have to cut off at work and not bring anything back at home. There have been times when I literally dropped in the clinic, went and sat in a movie by myself just to distract myself. So there's no one way to do this. Everyone has a different coping mechanism, and my husband laughs at me because I have a very weird way of coping. When I have to declare a patient sometimes dead, unfortunately, or bad news, I go into a room and laugh and come out. That's my coping mechanism. It's extremely weird, but everyone has a different coping mechanism, and I think everyone is doing a great job balancing work and their lives, and this is just a part of it.
Hi Uppal, congratulations, we couldn't meet actually last time. My name is Rajeshwari Kalyanam. I would like to know from you and Pragya also, because you must have traveled the world and you're also going around campaigning for breast cancer. Have you seen in any part of the world any inspiring work that's happening, probably that the world should adapt, India should adapt in the field of breast cancer? For both Pragya and Uppal, this is a question.
Working on my project, I am very fortunate to meet the most amazing and inspiring and strong women. Because working on my project, I started from traveling around Thailand to talk, to interview and visit many breast cancer patients. And I couldn't pick one of them, but I'd say all of them is very inspiring, and they give me a very unforgettable moment that I spent with them. There's the first patient that I met. She lives in the UK. She lives with her husband, but she spent a lot of time alone at home. And she reached out to me because she thinks that my story is very inspiring for her. And I was competing my national competition at the time, and she said that she is seeing me as the strength and the hope that takes her through every day that she has to spend alone battling breast cancer. It's not easy. She was struggling, and it was a challenge for her. But she's cancer-free now, and I see that as very inspiring because even though she has to spend her time alone, far away from family, and she has hope for the future, but you'll never know how life would turn out, but she never gave up until today. She saw the light and she is cancer-free. Or another one of my fans' mother, unfortunately, she just passed away from breast cancer not so long ago. She was also one of the patients that I worked with, and her story was very heartbreaking, but at the same time very inspiring for me. This is the second time that she has had breast cancer. The first time she had it was a few years back, and she did get her treatment. She was cancer-free. Somehow, unfortunately, it came back, and she's a mother and a wife and a teacher. She is wearing so many hats, and as we all might know, a lot of women around the world shows their children's well-being, shows to spend money to provide meals and education for their children instead of her own health, because like doctors said, many women put themselves in the back seat of the car and they know what is wrong, but it's their sacrifice. And the second time she had breast cancer, she went to the doctor. Of course, all of her funds were gone with the first treatment that she's had. And she was told that if she don't have this amount of money on the table, she wouldn't be able to get the treatment. That's when she decided to turn to optional treatment with herbs, mentally, or meditation, anything besides medical treatment. Not because she turned her back on it, but medical treatment turned its back on her because she didn't have the access. However, she didn't give up. She found ways she could treat herself. She reached out to me, her sons reached out to me, we talk. I tried my best to give her all of the kind and inspiring words that she's a very strong woman, which she is. But like I said, unfortunately, she couldn't make it. But her story will be with me forever, and it will inspire me forever to continue to do this cause, to work on this cause. And these are the unforgettable moments that I find working on this project, and it will be with me forever. And I hope to pass it on as a legacy to so many young women around the world, to see how strong these women were and how important it is for us to work together on this.